if you're watching this video right now, you've been called to the Rose Codes. The Rose Codes are a divine feminine priestess lineage that I have to tell you, your higher self is saying, you need to hear this because we have messages for you. In today's video, we are going to be talking to, or I'm channeling messages from the divine feminine energy of the Rose Codes lineage. And we have some incredible messages that you need to hear. Hi guys, my name is Ness. I'm an intuitive and a numerologist. And this channel is all about getting to know yourself in the deepest way possible and the world around you. If you are interested in things like higher self, spirit guides, meditation, numerology, any of that amazing stuff, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos in the future. I just want to send you a ton of love. If you enjoy this video, make sure you put a thumbs up on the video. Really helps support my channel. And let's dive into the video that I have for you today. Oh my goodness, you guys. So today I was watching Gaia, which I absolutely love. And I was hearing about the divine feminine priestess lineage of the Rose. And I was like, oh my goodness, I totally want to connect in with this energy. So funny, we actually did a family trip in August of this year to Portland, and I visited their rose garden, and I literally had to go back every single day that I was there. I think I visited the rose garden 5 days in a row. There was just something about it that just kept calling me back. And so when I came across this video on Gaia talking about this priestess lineage, I was like, my goodness, I need to connect in. There's got to be a connection there. And so I went to the Akashic Records and got 3 messages that your higher self wants you to hear about the divine feminine energy and the Rose lineage of the priestesses. I'm really excited about this video. I hope you enjoy it. Let's talk about message number 1. So before we get into the messages, I want to kind of talk about some of the questions I asked. I first said, like, what is it? How long has this priestess lineage been around? And what exactly does the rose represent for this priestesshood, right? And so the first thing I got was that it is an ancient information and technology that the divine feminine was almost like born into and also was anointed into. And this priestess lineage dates back, the message I got, thousands of years. I got the message that it dated back to Atlantean times, even further than that. And so the number I got sounds just bananas, but I got over 30,000 years old. And this is like information and technology, and it's like these codes that we as women hold within us. And it is time for this lineage to reawaken. It is time for us to be re-anointed, reintroduced to this knowledge and this understanding. And so what is it exactly? It's a connection. What I got was that it's a connection to source, and that it is soft, intuitive, and very feminine. It's the priestesses of the rose is what I was called. And the reason why it's represented as a rose is because the rose really is like a metaphor for life. If you think of the rose, it's like very cyclical. It's like reborn every single year. It's very soft, it's very sweet, but it also has an edge to it when it comes to like the thorns that are on it. It has this like fierce protective energy, even though it is beautiful and it smells beautiful. And it's like the perfect metaphor for a woman. It also it blooms and it goes into hibernation. And so it's very cyclical. It has cycles, just like women are our cycles. It's very much the same. It's like a connection between earth and like a metaphor between earth and the divine being that we are. And so that's really what I got when I would ask about like, what does it mean? Why the rose? How long has it been around? You know, when I went to the Akashic Records and I asked for the key of this, because you know, when you go, you're going to a library. And so when I asked to see this, when I entered the room, first of all, I walked upwards like this beautiful spiral staircase, and it reminded me almost of like a vine, like a rose vine that is spiraling upwards to the sky. And when I went in, it was very like ancient and like like soft in the same sense. It was like, it was beautiful. And so let's talk about some of the messages that I got. The first message I got was all about the fact that we are divine, sovereign beings. And the word sovereign is such like a word that's like hard to understand. I actually had to Google it. I know that sounds silly, but what I got when I Googled it, I'm just going to read it to you because I really feel that it speaks volumes as to kind of what this message is all about. Sovereign means having supreme independent authority, either as a person holding highest power in a state or a country, or governs itself without interference. And so let me just read that again. It's having supreme independence and authority as a person who governs themselves without outside interference. I think that that's really, really important, especially for the divine feminine and feminine energy to hear, is that we are divine sovereign beings and that we are meant to, we're meant to be this strength, this pillar of strength. And we're meant to really connect in with our soul self right now. This is the message I got is that from the Priestess Rose Lineage, is that the divine feminine needs to really begin to connect in with your soul self through meditation, through journaling, through even just taking like anything that is considered like a moment where you disconnect from the chaos or the noise around you. So whether it's just taking a 10-minute bath and just relaxing to nice music, whether it's taking an extra 10 minutes in the shower and really connecting in with your soul. The way the Rose Lineage would really love you to connect in, or your higher self would really love for you to connect in, is through meditation, because this is the highest form of self-love. Taking time with yourself and your soul to really understand who you are at the soul level. And we're really being asked right now, the message that I've gotten is that it's really time for you, if you're watching this message is for you, to really connect in with your soul and find your inner strength in yourself, to become a sovereign being, to become a person, because you are naturally, you're meant to be someone that controls their destiny without outside interference. And in the world that we live right now, there's so much outside interference through work, through, family, through TV, through the news, through social media. There's so much noise. We have to take time. It is so important right now for us to take time and connect in, because we are beginning to become activated. Our soul is activated. We all are here in a very important pivotal time in Earth's history. And we as souls chose to be here in human form right now because we are part of the change makers. And you are a change maker. However small or large you change, even just by changing yourself inside, by connecting in and calling in your sovereign being. And I don't really care for the word sovereign, and I'm sorry, that's just the word that came through in meditation. And I think it just really illustrates this power of self that we really need to connect in with. And it's time for us to wake up. The word I got is it's time to wake up. We have the ability to create worlds. As the divine feminine energy, we are creators, creators of source. We are divine creators. I mean, we create humans. And we also have this really strong power to what we call now manifest, right? We call it manifesting. But really, it's an ability to create worlds. We can create worlds. We have this divine power of creation, and we hold it within us. And unfortunately, through thousands of years, we've been conditioned to not realize the power that we have, because we are actually extremely powerful and strong. And, one of the things, if you've been drawn to manifestation, if you've been drawn to any kind of practice that really works on channeling your energy, whether it's just, thinking positive or working on affirmations or anything like this, this is your higher self trying to get you to connect in with your source energy of creation. Because we're here as divine feminine. If you are here in feminine form, you are meant to be balancing the scales of masculine and feminine. And it's time to begin to balance those scales, is what I've been getting. The message that I got was really that we are able to recreate the world through our thoughts, through our imagination, because imagination is creation. If you can imagine it, you can create it. And that is the whole premise of manifestation, is that if you can imagine it and you can feel it, it will become a reality. Like the frequency, your frequency begins to match that vision that you have, and your world begins to shift to match that frequency, that vibe, that energy. And what we have to begin doing as divine feminine beings is we need to begin taking back our power. We need to begin remembering the power that we have and we hold within us, because we are creators of source. We have source creation within us. And it is time for us to begin to connect in with ourselves and our higher self, so that we can begin to take back our power and our strength. So the moment we feel strong and sovereign within who we are, we're going to be able to make a physical change in the world around us. And one of the things that I think is so beautiful is the feminine energy is about the collective. It is about more than just self most of the time, right? And so that is what is the energy that is really being called forward right now, is this divine feminine energy to balance the scales of masculine and feminine. But we have to begin to remember our power and not let outside influences influence our self-worth, our self-belief, our self-ability to believe that we are creators. We are creators. The truth is that we know that we're creators. We create life within our womb. We have this divine spark within us that can create things. And that is what's called manifestation. It's like a new term for, we call it a new manifestation, but it is truly a divine creation. We have a connection to source in a really, really beautiful way. And your soul wants you to connect in. Your higher self wants you to connect in with your soul, because it is right now trying to guide you. We are going to begin shifting the world through our actions, through our manifestations. Yes, manifestation is ideas, dreams, it is creation. But part of what in the world of the earth world, to move this forward, is we have to have action. And we need to remove the fear and self-doubt and any self-sabotage or limiting beliefs that we have about what we can and cannot do, because the truth is that we are extremely powerful beings. And that's why we have been conditioned through thousands of years to believe that we are not. We have been conditioned through thousands of years to believe that we are weak. We are, our intuition is crazy. That, all of these things that are innate and divine within us as a feminine being, we have been sort of conditioned to believe that it's wrong. And the truth is that it is perfect. And we are meant to begin to rise up in a way that is very loving and nurturing and really balance the scales of the chaos that is happening right now. The next message I got, the second message I got, was that what we lack in physical strength, we make up in spiritual strength. And so, yes, the masculine may be more physically strong than us, but what balances that is our ability and our grit as a female, and our ability, our spiritual strength. We have a spiritual strength that is next level compared to the divine masculine. And so with their physical strength and our spiritual strength, when those two things come together and merge in a very cohesive, balanced way, it is a very beautiful and harmonious energy. And it is an energy that will begin to shift the world in a beautiful way. But we as Divine Feminine have to begin to realize how important our role is, really, how important our role is in the world, and how important our ideas are, and how important our voice is. We have to no longer be afraid, worried about what other people will think, we have to let go of fear of doubt, fear of unworthiness, because we are going to begin shifting the world through our actions, through our being. We are going to inspire the people that see us. Because if you're here right now, you are part of the group of Divine Feminine energy. And masculine can also have feminine energy in it. So if you're here and you're listening to this is because the truth is our soul has the balance of both. Our soul has both masculine and feminine energy. Source creation is the combination of the two. It is not one or the other. It is not separate. It is truly better together, right? That's just the word I just got, is better together. So silly, but so true. And right now we have the ability to collectively, as the Divine Feminine energy begins to rise up and begins to make changes and begins to voice their opinion and their ideas and move forward and create a new world, it will physically create a new world around us. And this is the generation that begins to do this shift. We are the generation that shifts this energy. We are raising the next generation that is going to carry on that legacy of love and devotion to community and to the collective, not just about financial or power gain, right? We are the generation that is shifting the world in a really beautiful, magical way. And right now is the time that we need to begin to wake up to this divine, sovereign knowing within us. And ultimately, your higher self wants you to know that it is time to begin dreaming again. It is time to begin imagining a world that you want to live in. It is time for you to begin moving in that direction. I got the message, start doing, start dreaming, start doing, start moving, start again. If you've tried, start again. Because right now we have a lot of help. We have a lot of help spiritually to really make changes in the world right now. But we have to begin to rise up. And how we do that first is connecting in with our soul so that we understand what it is that we chose to be here and what impact we're meant to have in the world. Because if you're here watching this, especially at this point in the video, you are meant to make a huge change and impact in the world. Just through your being you, through your building your business, through your ability to provide for your family without anyone else, through your voice and your ability to make change in governmental changes, in societal changes. Everything is going to begin to shift once the Divine Feminine begins to really insert itself into all these aspects. It's really important that we begin to balance it. We're not talking about taking over. We don't want something to be out of balance with it being too much. Right now, we just need to rise up and we need to match the energy. It needs to be a balanced energy, and you are being asked to connect in, to understand your higher purpose, your higher calling, because your soul chose to be here right now to make a difference, okay? It's time to do it. And not be afraid, move forward. You're going to have divine assistance. You know, what I've gotten is that as we begin to move forward in these ways that really light up our soul, we're going to have like little mini like miracles happen. We're going to have divine intervention. We're going to have moments of what we would call luck happen. It's going to be, we're going to be supported. Does that mean it's going to be smooth sailing? Does it mean it's going to be easy? No. Does it mean it's going to be without bumps in the road? Of course not. But you are going to have moments of like inspiration, and you're going to have moments of like help where things or people or situations work out in a way that is more magical than you could have ever imagined. And you know that it's like people will look at it and they'll say, oh, that person was so lucky. It is divine help. Your soul is here for a purpose, and you are going to have the help you need to achieve that goal. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Like I said, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And so it's really important for us to collectively, as a whole, divine feminine energy as a whole, collectively begin to move forward. And that all starts with connecting and with our soul. The word I keep getting is to rise up. And it reminds me of a song that Rebecca Campbell has, which is called Rise, Sister, Rise. And I absolutely love this chant, this like, I don't know, it's very like meditative and very like spiritual, and you feel like very empowered when you listen to it. So if you haven't listened to it, look it up. It's by Rebecca Campbell. It's called Rise, Sister, Rise. You can see it here on YouTube. It is amazing. I came across it at one point, just like randomly. I clicked on it and I literally got full body goosebumps when I heard it. So it's really beautiful. And so I kept hearing this like chant in my mind when I was envisioning this, is it is time for us to rise up. It is time for us to have courage and strength. It is time for us to begin to move forward. We are the seers, we are the knowers, we are the mystics, we are the healers. We are the leaders, okay? In ancient time, priestesses were the leaders. We were the leaders of our tribes, our communities. And because we feel and we have such in tune technology within our body through intuition. Everyone, including the masculine, has intuition, but we as women are naturally very connected to source in a way that is very effortless. And we have been conditioned through many years, thousands of years, that intuition or psychic abilities are like bad or scary, or that you'll connect in with something that could be scary or bad. And that is not true. Intuition is nothing but love and light. Intuition is source. Intuition is creation. Intuition is like given to us it's like a divine gift. And we are meant, as a mother, as a daughter, as a lover, we're meant to really see ourselves as the strength or pillar of our community. And this is a time where we really need to begin to move forward, remember who we are. And I also got the message that over the next, right now I'm seeing 3, over the next 3 years, so it's 2025, October, so 26, 27, 28, there's going to be a mass pilgrimage, pilgrimage is the word I got, so funny, but a mass like connection for the feminine to reconnect with ancient technology through the chakras of the world. So we are going to be called to reconnect with places that our soul has been in the past, to help us reignite some of these rose codes that sit within our body. And so if you have a like desire to go see some of these more ancient sites, whether it be Stonehenge, whether it be the pyramids, whether it be Glastonbury, wherever it is that you are being called to, or you have like a feeling like you want to visit it, it's totally by design. You are being called back to places that your soul has had lifetimes in, to almost recapture or remember your ancient information. And so if you have a calling over the next couple of years to visit these sites, don't ignore it. It is part of your soul's purpose. If for some reason you cannot physically make it there, you can connect in with these energies through meditation, through intention. And that is just as powerful as going in person. Now, of course, if you have an opportunity to put your feet, I'm seeing feet with no shoes, no socks, touching the land where these are at. If you have the opportunity to be able to do that, definitely take advantage of it, because I feel like we are being called to these ancient places so that we can connect back in with our soul's knowing. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here and watching this video, you guys. If you watched it this long, I'm sending you a ton of love. I appreciate you being here. Put a comment down below on what message really stood out to you. I think I lost track of the number of messages, but there were 3, if not a little bit more. I actually got a few more messages than that, but these are all messages that are meant to come through. Right now, we are being called to this Rose Lineage. It's the divine feminine energy that we are all being asked to connect to within our body. And I just want to send you a ton of love for being here. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button down below. It really helps support my channel. I'm trying to get out there and be and talk to as many people as I can. My goal is to just help you see yourself at a soul level by yourself. I feel so lucky to have found my spiritual teachers that I did. Obviously, I'm sure it was all part of my divine plan when I came here, but my hope and goal is to teach everyone how to connect in with your soul so that you don't have to have someone be a bridge between your sovereign soul self and yourself. As the divine feminine energy, we can connect in very easily. We just have to make the intention. And so I hope you love this video. And if you are enjoying this, click right here. I have a ton of other messages from your higher self. I have another divine feminine message that I did a few months back. But if you are being called to get messages from your higher self, click right here. I have a whole series of videos called Messages from My Higher Self. I'm sending you a ton of love. You have a great day. See you in the next video.